So today I am building, or going to start to build, a 7x8 storage shed right there on those pavers. And I'm trying to do it in a budget-friendly manner, in a sturdy but knockdown fashion. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So these pavers here have been here for many, many years and they haven't sunk, so I'm hoping this will be a good platform. And then I need to be cognizant of the roof. And then the idea is to build just a pitched roof with probably a gutter along the front, and the door is going to go right here. And because it's going to be above ground, I should be able to technically move it if I have to, and if not, I'm going to make it all with screws so that I can take it apart if the new owner doesn't want it, or for whatever reason we decide this isn't a good spot. I'm going to use pressure treated lumber at the bottom and then regular studs all the way around. I say budget friendly because I've been pricing things out. We have this really nice 4x8 exposure board. This is 1/2 inch. I got these for $10 a sheet. So there's 14 of them there, and 14 of those $140. This lumber I had to get from Lowe's because I couldn't find anybody that had decent 2x4s that I didn't have to screw around with too much. That all cost me about, I'd say, $150. I've got 9 pressure treated in there for the bottom, and then the rest will be used for the walls. Seems like a lot for a 7x8, but I'm probably going to use every bit of it. I've got the saw set up there, miter saw. I got my table saw set up, just a platform to hold the boards. A bunch of my tools lined up, both electric and battery. And then all of these deck screws I just picked up from somebody on Facebook for $35. If that doesn't suffice, then I actually have more on hand that I can use. So right now, between all of that, I'm at $335. I have 3 bundles of roofing shingles and a bundle of felt paper, which I bought for $40 for all of it from the same place that I bought that plywood. So I'm already approaching $400, and I haven't even bought the siding. I'd like to put siding on the outside to make it look nice. We'll see how that goes, and I'm actually going to make my own barn door. The stuff that we're going to keep in it, I mean, if somebody breaks in, it's not that big of a deal. Most of our stuff is going to be staying in this building, and this has a nicer door on it, actually an exterior door, and I've secured it with extra screws, long screws, and things of that nature. So the idea is I am going to rip everything out of here, completely reorganize it. This is basically the size of a small shed. I'm sorry, small garage, a 1-car garage, and it's being used as my shop. So my shop is going to be in here. I'm going to gut the whole thing, completely reorganize it. Everything that's garden related is going to go over here. So the lawnmower, all garden tools, everything else are going to go over here. And then anything Jeep related and all my tools are going to be organized in here. We'll put table along the whole wall here, and then the whole top will be complete storage. Can't really see. I don't want to take you in there because it's a complete mess, but got big plans with a little amount of time, so I really need to get this thing going. I'm only going to time-elapse what I'm going to do, and this is not a how-to. I'll just time-elapse how all this progresses. I'm winging it. I don't have plans, and I'm just going to hope for the best. So that's what this video is about. All right, so there's my base, and the plywood is already cut. So the whole thing is held together with 2 of these in each end, 10 by 3.5 inches. Even the cross braces, I actually wasn't going to go cross braces because it's about 16 inches on center, and for what we're using it with 1/2 inch plywood, completely unnecessary. But this will be the area that I'll be walking in, so for that reason I had the extra wood that I had cut off from these pieces, so I just put in the cross braces in the center section, and that is going to be more than enough for what we need. But now I'm just going to lay the plywood down and then start thinking about the walls. Alright, so that is the base. I have this thing screwed down. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to do my roof. Well, after looking at this as much as I can, it looks like that's all I'm going to have for a slope. It is only about 6 degrees, 7 degrees at best, but it's the only way that I can have at least a 6-foot walk-in space, and I don't want to get too close up to the roof. That gets me, I don't know, only about 5 inches. I could technically have it slant this way, since my entrance is going to be right here, and the whole thing slant at a steeper angle that way, but it's going to look weird. I don't like it. I really don't like the fact that that's practically flat. It's angled, water will run off of it, just not like I want it to. It is a knockdown structure. It is what it is. Hate it, not thrilled with it, but that's what I'm going to have to do. Alright, so it's getting dark, even started drizzling. I got 2 walls with plywood and 1 wall without plywood. I did finish up top in the rafters, and I didn't plan accordingly. So to go from this side to this side, my 2x4s did not line up, so I had to go janky and put that there. I decided to go another method there because I had tried just attaching it the way it was. It wasn't working out, and I just attached another board into the face there and secured it that way. I've done pull-ups on all of these. They're gonna last. They're gonna be fine for what they are, but still need to do this wall. But at least now I have all this up here. I can go ahead and put the plywood up there and then drape a tarp over the top of it, so if it rains it won't be too bad. And then I got to clean up all my mess. So far the scrap has been to a minimum. I don't have anything left over from the plywood, since I used some chopped up pieces on the right hand side of the front there. The angle's a bit better than I originally planned. I backtracked a little bit and made some changes, so wait for another day. Tomorrow I can't do it. It's going to be way too cold and rainy. Sorry for the jumping around on this, but it really isn't a how-to. It's just more of a what am I doing and how am I getting there. So should give us a bit more space. I am going to have to move the whole thing out in order to attach the roof on the back, so that's going to be a lot of fun, but I'll worry about that another day. All right, so the thing has sides and I've started working on the door. I've already got the door framed out. I know it'll fit, and started putting the front on it. So it's gonna swing out is how I'm gonna have that door. So I'm in the process of cleaning up. I've got the roof partially attached, but I need to do more. For what it is going to serve the purpose. My girlfriend doesn't notice that I took shortcuts. She says I did a good job, so as long as she's happy, then I'm good with it. But you can see there where I've got big gaps. That was a nightmare. That was early on in the day, and I was not having a good time. And I reinforced the roof this way because I've got these braces pretty far apart, and I want to make sure that the roof is supported when I'm standing on it to put the shingles on it. So other than that, everything else is good. I'm not going to put any cross braces here because I'm going to have a ton of plywood strips that are going to go all the way across, nailed in, and so that'll give it more rigidity. But as it stands right now, with how much framing I have underneath the base and having plywood walls, the thing does not move in any direction, side to side or on an angle. So that tells me that it's pretty well secure, and I have a ton of screws in here. I know if you're a carpenter, this is going to drive you absolutely insane, but like I said, I'm just kind of winging it. It's going to serve its purpose. It should look okay when it's done, but I'm sure there was an easier way to do it. I'm just in a hurry to get it done, and I knew if I made a plan that the plan would change almost immediately, and then the plan would be out the window. So for that reason, I just decided to wing it. All right, so it's Sunday. I mostly been working with the table saw and working on my door. As you can see, I kind of did like a quilt patchwork just to make the door a bit more interesting. This was all extra pallet wood that I had, and I've been using the table saw a lot today to cut down strips. So the strips are for my hook system that I use. So this is rectangular tube hooks, and you can just take these off and put them wherever you want. They're really easy to move. I'm not using any pegboard. Got little tools there. I have tools up here, and so I can hang them wherever I want, move them around. And then on the inside here, I went ahead and put all of these in. So that took a little bit of time. Those are 2-inch strips or about, and put all the hooks on there, and I just started to set up my tools, or my girlfriend's tools, or both of ours, but it's not probably how it's going to end up looking in the end. I just wanted to see how it would work, and if there's too much dead space, because these are on this side of the 2x4 and I've got all this room behind it, but if I decide to use that room, it's pretty easy just to cut these down here and here, and then push them back and then put spacers behind them like I did on the door, and then I'll have even more room. But for now, it was just easier to put all of them up like that and then cut the ones that I want to recess later if I decide to do that. But after it's all sealed up now, it is quite a bit more space than I thought it would. 7x8 actually isn't too bad. The lawnmower is going to fit in here. That whole side is going to get shelving, and the roof is going to get probably done next, I would think, and then I gotta side this thing. So today was all about ripping, and it definitely took some time, but to set up this system, it is worth every minute of it, because once this is in place, you can organize, reorganize so easy. You don't have to take nails out of the walls, hooks out of the wall, and deal with that kind of stuff. So it's a great system to have. So that's pretty much it for today. Yeah, I've got this thing on because I needed the ear protection for the table saw, and I didn't have anything else, but it's starting to come together. I'm gonna leave the tarps up here for the week because it is supposed to rain, and I didn't get the roof done, but maybe some people are interested. Probably a lot of people aren't, but it's what I'm working on right now, and I need to make room in this particular building for all my tools and Jeep stuff. So what you just saw over there is exactly how I'm going to set this up when I get that all cleaned out, because I need as much organization as I can possibly get to get everything out of my garage and make it fit in these two buildings. So that's it for now, and hope everybody's doing all right with the virus. I know a lot of people are getting stir crazy. I'm hearing things from my friends and other people about getting stir crazy, but anyway, I'm rambling on. Take care, thanks for watching, and talk to you later.